Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm Central Washington welcome and a round of applause for your Master of Ceremonies, Blair Hundermark.
Good morning, Central Washington. I made it back. I am so happy to be here. Yes! And I'm really happy you brought some snow for me, too. Awesome. Another new regional. World domination continues in the Pacific Northwest, baby. Little action in Seattle. Little action in Spokane. And now we're in C-Dub. I'm calling it C-Dub. C-Woo, baby. Central Washington University. Give it up for our sponsors. They are hosting us here. All right, we can kill the Nirvana. Well, you know what I mean. They moved on. I'm a big Dave Grohl fan. All right. So this is our March Madness, right? Robots are our lives now. We're going to make this thing happen. There's a little east side, west side thing going on, right? That's good. That's gracious. That's professional. That's healthy. So now that we're in Central Washington, we've got what? 50 teams playing here, right? 6 rookies. Welcome the rookies. Rookies. We want to thank the folks in Portland for hosting that warm-up regional, the Autodesk regional a few weeks ago. 4 Oregon teams here. Thanks for coming over. Which means we've got 46 teams from the great state of Washington here. You know who you are. And to break that down, a little east side, west side, 19 east side teams, 27 west side teams. East side, you're just a couple teams shy of making it equal. So that was probably behind the snowstorm last night on the pass. Trying to keep some of those drive teams away. Nice try, but it didn't work. They're here. Another great day here. This is going to be a fabulous competition. There are a lot of powerful teams here. Many teams have played before, but you know, anything can happen in March Madness. We saw it last night. Harvard beat New Mexico. Harvard, a team that had never won in the tournament ever, is now advancing to the next round. So anything can happen here in our March Madness as well. I've seen it. This is week 4. I've been to 4 regionals so far. So this game is fast, it's furious, and it is fun. So stand back. While we're here, there's a guy. I work at First Headquarters back in lovely downtown Manchester, New Hampshire, and I get a great job of going to new regionals and getting them going. And there's only a few of us who go out and travel to these places, and there's so many regionals now. I've got like 80 events this year between regionals and districts. But there's one guy who's in charge of the FRC program. There's one guy who gets to have all of the credit and all of the blame. There's one guy who you have to introduce yourself to this weekend. He loves talking to the students, the mentors. He will be circulating throughout the pits all weekend long. He also came out from the wrong side of the country as well. Frank Merrick is here, the FRC program director. Frank. He is smart enough not to be that first guy wearing rollerblades. There's a couple other guys back home, and every once in a while they pop up. You get to see them at championships if you make it there. But they couldn't make it here this weekend, but still they want to give you a little shout out. So we're going to roll a little Dean and Woody video.
Welcome to the Central Washington First Regional.
Congratulations, you've done it again. In just 6 weeks, from a very challenging design problem to a working solution.
Now you get to have even more fun, sharing your solution, checking out what other teams have done, and hearing the roar of the crowd. We hope you realize that Ultimate Ascend is a metaphor for real life.
Life is like this first game. You have lots of unique, rich, and valuable targets to aim for. You have to pick your goals and own them. Often the goals with the greatest reward take the most time, effort, and resources.
Neither you nor your robot have to tackle the most challenging goals alone. Getting help from mentors and teammates is not restricted to FIRST. As you go forward, find the best team and remember the lessons from FIRST, especially about giving back to help others.
You'll face hurdles in life that seem as impossible as quickly creating a pyramid climbing frisbee throwing robot. I'm confident that your time with your FRC team will serve you well. Your success will likely be incremental, one rung at a time. By taking deliberate steps, analyzing the problems, and thinking of clever solutions, you'll make it to the top.
Why do we have FIRST? To connect you to the best role models in the world.
To teach you how to solve impossible problems.
And to help you realize that the hard things have the greatest rewards.
FIRST has helped you prepare for the future. You know what to do, you know how to do it, and you know how to help others along the way.
This is why we have FIRST. And now let's have a great time with
Ultimate Ascent.
As you know, Dean and Woody started this over 20 years ago, so FIRST has been around for a while. And a little Washington history lesson. We started out here, we did a one-off once at UW once. It was great. It was awesome. But then we moved down to Tacoma for a couple of years. Anybody go to Tacoma Regional? Okay. Then we moved into Seattle, and now we're sort of branching across the state. So in the world domination that started in Tacoma, there was a sonic boom happened there, and we want to try to recreate it here at C-Dub. And that is pound your feet on those risers right now for me. Make it rain, baby, make it rain. More, bring it. Oh, it sounds so good. All right. So throughout the weekend, we're going to ask you to maybe some people have to stand too and make it on the metal too. The metal in Tacoma, those bleachers were so loud. We all left with tinnitus in our ears. It was so crazy. So one guy, this is his home. We want to make it loud for him. So start the feet again. Please welcome C-Dubs, CU, the old regional chairman of the Central Washington Regional, Arthur Morgan.
Are you ready for robots? I think they're ready. I got my superhero socks on today. Any superheroes out there? Nice. Hundreds of superheroes. I think you're all superheroes because you reached out, you've done something that other people aren't doing, you're taking an opportunity to learn things. Your parents, your teachers, your mentors, you students that are taking new challenges. You're my superheroes. Can we hear it for the superheroes? I got to give a quick recognition to one of my superheroes, Professor Bill Bender. Do we got a hand anywhere? He's helped coordinate over 100 people to make this happen today, so give him a hand. I got to tell you a story about another superhero. He was a student like you. But it's sad. He didn't have an FRC team. He moved from Alaska to Washington. And he was a superhero for me. His name was Tyler Cope. Anybody know Tyler? So if I could get Emma, Ben, Seth, and Josh to stand up. So Tyler was a senior. He came to me as a teacher. He said, I'd like to be a mentor for Lego League team. I think that was 4 years ago, maybe 5. And because he reached out, started Lego League team, I gave him a little bit of help. 3711's here today. Give them a hand. And in their first 2 years, they've been to St. Louis twice because of Tyler. So I want to introduce you to another local superhero. When I first came to campus, I'd hear things like, "Hey, did you hear what Professor Jackson did in class today?" If you're going to take physics, take Professor Jackson's class. He was recognized nationally as a physics teacher of the year. And I have to tell you something else that's really special about him. Yesterday was the first day I ever saw him wear pants. So for 4 years, I see this guy, I never see him without a pair of shorts and a smile. He's got over 30 papers published with amazing things of students, undergraduates, discovering new things with him. Lots of work with lasers. Let's hear it for Michael Jackson, Professor Michael Jackson.
Don't go anywhere, don't you go anywhere. Good morning, how are we doing today? All right, that's what I like to hear. Before we go any further, though, I want to just go ahead and recognize Arthur Morgan here. Okay, so Arthur Morgan, not only is he a technician in our electronics engineering technology program, not only is he a graduate student, so you could say he's burning the candle at both ends, what he's also doing is he is the coordinator for every robotics competition here on campus. Okay? And we've had five major competitions here, including this one on campus here. So he's went ahead. He's had to solve a variety of problems, all these problems that come up. He's had to work collaborative with others to get around campus, to get people going in the same direction. He's had to be resourceful, entrepreneurial to get resources to go ahead and host these events. All these things he's been able to do, as well as answer thousands of emails, phone requests, information requests. So go ahead. How about we give a big hand to Arthur here? All right, so welcome to Central Washington University, Washington State's best kept secret. Okay? So I grew up in New York City. Okay, and so I knew, you know, what probably a lot of people are thinking, Ellensburg. I know Ellensburg. Yeah, that's a great place to stop as I go to. Okay, I understand that. Okay, and that's why I say we're kind of the best kept secret. Okay, so Michael Campbell, in fact, Michael Campbell's right here. Taking a picture. Stand up, Michael. Come on, stand up. Okay, Michael is the regional director for Washington First here. Okay, and so about a year ago, and if you know Michael, he's a very nice, mild-mannered man, very soft-spoken. Okay, he came to Central Washington University over a year ago, and he said, well, would Central Washington University maybe be interested in hosting maybe one practice event? Would you be interested in doing that? What do you think Central Washington University said? Well, I can't hear you. You bet. And why? Because we want to have students like you here on our campus. We want you to come here. Why are we interested in students like you? Because of this type of an event. What are the skills that this type of event, just by participating in it, teaches you? You're able to go ahead, you're going to be challenged. You're going to go ahead and solve problems. You're going to have to work collaborative as a team. Some of you are going to have to go ahead and take leadership roles that maybe you never even wanted, but somebody's got to step up and take that role. All of these types of experiences. You have to be entrepreneurial. You're going to have to go out and raise resources, raise funding, convince people to take you all the way over the mountains or from one side of the state to the other. All these things are things that you have to do. And these are important skills that you'll be able to use for the rest of your life, no matter what you do. They transcend all disciplines. And that's why we were so excited to go ahead and host this event. And so that's why we're interested in you. We wanted to have students like you who are interested in STEM to come here. So that way you can see our campus and we can talk to you a little bit about some of the STEM stuff that we're doing here. We do have volunteers around. Bill Bender was mentioned earlier, and he's all there waving. And we have a variety of other, faculty and administrators here who can answer questions. Bill is part of the Engineering Technologies program. We have, of course, people who can answer questions about chemistry and biology, computer science, mathematics, geological sciences, the list goes on. You want to know about physics, though? Okay, you come to me. Okay? Now, you can't do that when I'm reffing. That's the only thing I ask. Okay? And now, the other thing you should know is we also have a dual degree physics engineering program where a student comes here for 3 years, goes to an engineering school for 2 years, graduates with 2 degrees, a physics degree from Central and an engineering degree from that engineering institution. Okay? And guess what? Those engineering institutions, those are the engineering institutions on both sides of the state. Okay? So both of those, we send students to both of those doing this program. Okay? How else are we interested in STEM? Parents, there's something called tuition waivers. So recently, we went ahead and we have a tuition waiver for seniors, graduating seniors. Coaches can nominate 2 members of their team for tuition waivers. And we guarantee to give some partial tuition waivers, over $1,000 to those students, guaranteed. Okay? You have more than 2 students who are interested in coming to Central, who are on your team, seniors graduating. Oh, go ahead and just nominate them too. President's not here, I don't care. Okay? If he doesn't like my comment, then he should have been the one introducing it. All right? Also on the president's desk, I wrote up another tuition waiver. You're a calculus-ready student? Ready to take calculus or already started taking calculus? You come to Central Washington University, there's going to be a tuition waiver waiting here for you. Not only that, but I got that one to go for 2 years. Okay, so all these things. If you haven't thought about Central Washington University, I'd ask you to think about it. Think about what it is that you'd like to do and come here. And tomorrow at one of our ceremonies, we'll have one of our students there, actually a Barry Goldwater Scholarship winner, which was a scholarship nationally. He'll be going ahead and talking with you just very briefly tomorrow as well. Okay? One last thing. I never had, even though I grew up in New York City, I never had an opportunity to go ahead and participate in something like this. The opportunities just weren't there. Okay, but and so in a way I'm very jealous about what you have here. Okay, and I'm also very impressed about what it is that people have been able to accomplish. And so the one thing I would like to do before I go ahead and pass it off to the next person here who'll talk a little bit, I would like you to go ahead and look around. Look around at your coaches and all of the other volunteers that have made this happen, and think about the countless hours that they've gone ahead and dedicated so that way to help you, to help facilitate your role in coming here today. And I think I'd like you to go ahead and raise the roof a little bit, and let's give them a big sound of appreciation. So come on, let me hear it. All right, so are you ready for some robotics, huh? Okay, so on behalf of Central Washington University, all the faculty, staff, and students, and all the other volunteers are helping us out today, I'd like to go ahead and welcome you to campus. Let's go ahead and have some robotics. Next up is Kevin. Kevin, is that right? Come on down.
Don't encourage him. What is in the coffee in the physics lab? Michael Jackson, woohoo! That boy is East Side. That's New York talking right there. It has not left you, Michael. They're lucky to have you here. All right, woo! Speaking about history, Central Washington, this is a new one. This man, our next speaker, has seen all of the new ones. He was there from the beginning. He is the force behind WA, baby. He put the WA in WA. Please welcome the founding chairman of First WA, Mr. WA himself, Kevin Ross.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I believe I believe that you guys are amazing. I believe that you guys have the ability to solve all of the world's problems in the next couple of decades. I believe that I am not alone because we believe that as a group, the FIRST community is in the best position to make the biggest impact on the world that history has ever known. And we are so proud of the fact that you are all now a part of that FIRST community. And so my goal today, right now, is to tell you, all of you students, that you've joined a family of people who are inspired by you, who are going to be your network going forward. And I swear, in 40 years, you're going to end up sitting down at a table for dinner sometime with people you don't know, and you're going to find somebody on a FIRST team, and you're going to realize just how much you have in common with that person. So this is a magical experience for you guys. You're really going to realize it once you get out of college, how special of a time this is. And I would like to thank each and every student for participating in this. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Part of success in life really is knowing the right people. The key to knowing the right people in the world is to hang out with the right people. You are starting down that path right now. We have amazing engineers, people from industry. These are the business leaders, the engineering leaders, the science leaders. They are your network now. So you've put yourself in a really great position by being part of the FIRST community. And so I'd really like all of the students to give all of the volunteers and mentors a big round of applause and thank them for being part of your network. All right, I want to see the robots go today, so I'm really excited about what I saw yesterday. I hope you guys realize just how amazing the project is that you've done. And I say this a lot, but it's true. You have managed to do as a team what 99.98% of the population of this planet will never do. You managed as a team to build some device that actually moves on its own. It is a really unique thing, and you should be extraordinarily proud of yourselves for doing that. We are looking forward to seeing some Frisbees flying. We're looking forward to see some robots climbing. And with that, I see no reason we don't get started.
Let's do it.
Thanks, guys.
And for those of you who have family, friends, colleagues who can't be here today, FirstWA is web streaming today. So that's www.firstwa.org, and they've got a full stream throughout the weekend.